I'm Kaylee Buchanan and welcome to Around the Region. On tonight's episode, we're going to take a look at the role that our young people play in the development of our local workforce. Over the next half hour, we'll find out how we can better support and prepare our students for success, how they can become qualified employees, and how our local businesses can benefit from hiring young people. Every year, students in our area head off to post-secondary education institutions or join the workforce after graduation. And either way, they have to be properly prepared for post-secondary life. So tell me how important that you think it is that schools become involved, as well as parents, when it comes to guiding kids into the right career.
I think, we're learning more and more that we need to involve our youth really young and expose them to the work environment. So all of these initiatives that we have, Take Your Child to Work Day, as well as Discovery Days, those kinds of events, are crucial to let the children know what's out there and just give them that mentorship that they need in order to make a good decision on their career.
These days, the options for employment are endless, and the trickiest part about finding a job seems to be narrowing down the choices.
I think it is a little bit daunting to know, if they've never gone through the process before, they might jump at the first opportunity they're given rather than exploring options of where their true passions are, what they really might want to do, where they might want to gain skills. So I think it can be a little bit daunting. I think our youth are becoming more and more progressive with that, though, and understanding that to work in a job where they're happy is the key to the success. So they're becoming much more better at that than I think some of our older workers are at it. So I'm hearing them talk about it all the time, about how they are looking for the positions that they really want to be at and they really want to go to after school or on weekends. So I think it's coming along nicely.
Students can also rely on the advice and guidance of counselors to help make these big decisions.
Our mandate is to make sure upon graduation here from Holy Rosary High School, all the grade 12 students are aware of the options available to them and how to achieve those options. When you're in grade 11 and grade 12, you're still young, and a lot of times your choices vary from month to month and year to year, and we want to just make sure that their opportunities are available to them and that they're fully aware of what they're getting themselves into.
We try to work with all of our students, but our emphasis is on grade 11 and 12s in our schools. So eventually, with all of our grade 12s, we will interview all of our students and continue that process as they come near their graduation time. As Lloydminster grows and the population gets somewhat younger, it's important that we have opportunities for people here to stay in Lloydminster, but they still need training, and whether the employer does it or whether Lakeland College does it or another school does it, it's just important to have that background so that those skills can be shared in the community.
With the city's population on the rise, there are more and more gaps in the labor force that need to be filled.
Well, our focus is mostly to work with adults. However, we again are learning that to become involved early with the youth means that we're also meeting our employers' mandates of filling those skill gaps. So to expose them early really is ultimately filling the gaps earlier. Right now, our youth are what we are really relying on to fill all of the labor gaps. In speaking with our local employers, I hear all of the time that that's who they're attempting to attract, and that's who is filling those gaps for them. So I had an opportunity to talk with employers last week. We had about 70 business people present, and I surveyed them, and we talked about filling the gaps with youth. We know that 36 of those employers, representing 40 businesses, are all filling those openings with youth. So, and they were averaging slightly over 2 students per business. So we know that that is who's filling those gaps.
Those are great stats for any local students who are looking for employment. And when we come back, we'll hear just what it takes to ensure those students are qualified for the jobs that they're applying to.